New on 12 officials say the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee last summer brought more than $320 million to the city and the state. The 2024 MKE Host Committee says the total economic impact is about $321.5 million, with the convention generating $216.3 million in direct spending. 12 News' Duke Carter joins us live from Third Street Market Hall to break down these numbers. Duke, much of that spending impacted local businesses.
Indeed, we actually heard in that study that businesses like Third Street Market Hall actually saw like a 30% increase in sales during that week. Now, tourism leaders like Visit Milwaukee, they say that the larger chunk of that money, about $216 million, came from making sure that the RNC ran as smoothly as possible. Now, the MKE 2024 Host Committee, as well as the Republican National Committee, also spent a combined $76 million for operations during the Republican National Convention. And that includes money for spending on payroll, event operations, security, insurance, housing, and professional services. The city of Milwaukee also spent nearly $75 million on security and convention-related expenses. The majority of that was funded through a federal grant. A third party spent $11 million, which combined on the venue rentals, food, beverages, and recreation entertainment. And visitors in total spent $54 million around Milwaukee, not connected to the convention. While we did ask leaders fairly, directly, could there
is there anything that we could have done differently? Is there anything that we could have done differently to make sure, or at least say some other businesses could get a slice of the pie?
You know, I do think that there would have been an opportunity for more locals to come downtown. The first day traffic was a mess, but that was because there was an assassination attempt on Saturday. Security was a little heavier than we had originally anticipated. But after that, you could really drive around downtown. And if there would have been locals who would have filled in some of that gap, trying to be part of the political process, we may have seen some more business downtown.
So, Duke, some organizations also benefited from the convention.
Yeah, some nonprofits benefited. Some furniture was donated to nonprofits like Partners in Hope, as well as some money going to nonprofits like Fisher House, equating to $40,000.
All right, 12 News' Duke Carter live at the Third Street Market Hall. Duke, thank you.